Hi, I'm Joanne Blather at blatherfitness.com, and I work to help others reach their fitness and nutrition goals. This is the first in a series of videos that I'll post about how to make informed, healthy food choices. Today I want to focus on oatmeal, which has been praised as a really healthy breakfast choice, which it can be, but not all oatmeal is created equal, so it's important for us to understand what it is that we're eating. So let's take a look at some choices. Okay, so the first one I want to take a look at is this Quaker Oatmeal Express. This is very similar to what you see in the grocery store, those little packets, those individual packets that you just add water to and pop them in the microwave for about a minute. They come in a variety of flavors: apple, cinnamon, maple, walnut, strawberries and cream, anything you like. And this happens to come in its own individual container, which is really convenient for a lot of people who just grab this and go in the morning. But if we actually look at the label, the nutrition label of this food, we might be surprised at what's actually in here. So if we look at the ingredients here, we see that there's, or the nutrients here, we see that there are 200 calories in here. There's 4 grams of fiber and 4 grams of protein, which is great. But look at the 19 grams of sugar here and 320 milligrams of sodium. That really might be surprising to you. Now, if you know about the glycemic index, or if you read my blog, you can learn a little bit about that. This is a high glycemic index food, and we want to focus on low to medium glycemic index foods. But it is convenient. It does take 1 minute to cook in the microwave. But let's take a look at the ingredients. The first 2 ingredients are rolled oats and sugar. And if you're familiar with the way companies list ingredients on food labels, they list them in the order in which they are most prevalent in the food. So what this tells us is that rolled oats is the first ingredient, but sugar is the next main ingredient in this food. So that really, and then there's this whole host of other kind of ingredients that you may or may not choose to put in. So let's take a look at our next choice, and that is Quaker rolled, just old-fashioned oats. You've seen these on the supermarket shelves. They always seem a bit intimidating because it's so much easier to just open a packet, add water, and throw it in the microwave. But this actually isn't that much more difficult to make. This cooks in the microwave in 3 minutes, and you just add water or milk, and so it's very easy to cook. If we look at the nutrients, it has 150 calories, 4 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein, which is great, but look at the sugar and sodium content. 1 gram of sugar, no grams of sodium. So that's really excellent. Cooking time, you can cook this in the microwave in 3 minutes. And look at the ingredients. Look at the difference between the ingredients of this product and this product, right? So here you have all this stuff in there, and here you have 100% natural whole grain rolled oats. So to me, I would rather be eating this food than this. So that's definitely a better choice. Okay, now let's take a look at our steel cut oatmeal. Get the label around there. Steel cut oatmeal gets a lot of talk in the media recently that this is really the healthiest option for you. It's 100% oats, just the same as the rolled oats, and if we look at the ingredients, they have exactly the same nutrients in terms of calories, fiber, sugar, sodium, and protein. They're both low glycemic index foods, but look at the difference. Whereas the Quaker rolled oats takes 3 minutes to cook in the microwave, the cooking time for steel cut oats is 25 minutes. And so that's the basic difference, and we'll talk about why that is in a minute. But again, you look at the ingredients of these 2 products, 100% natural whole grain rolled oats and 100% steel cut oats. So for me, these would be the 2 that I would be looking to, eat for breakfast, and this one would not make the cut for me. Okay, so what's the main difference between our Quaker oats here and our steel cut oats? Well, if you actually look at them, this is rolled oats. These are the Quaker 100% rolled oats. And these are soft. They've been pre-softened and they've been flattened out. They're rolled. So these have gone through a little bit more of a process to get them to the point where you could pop it in the microwave and cook it in just a few minutes. Now the steel cut oats are really just the oats, but they are actually cut by steel blades. So when you see these or feel these are really hard little kernels. And these are the most minimally processed oats that you can buy. And that's why they take 25 minutes to cook. So that might be a downfall for some people. So I prefer the steel cut oats. I'll make a batch of them on the weekend. And I actually add, for some flavor, I add unsweetened applesauce, which really the only thing in here is apples, and some cinnamon. And I'll make a batch at the beginning of the week, and I'll put them in individual containers so that during the week I can just pop this in the microwave for a minute and a half, and then it's ready to go. So that's my choice, but I think that for the rolled oats and the steel cut oats, nutritionally, they're very similar. It just depends on how much process you want your oatmeal to go through before it gets to you, and how much time you actually want to take cooking it. So my message is read food labels. Know what's going in your body so you can make an informed choice. If there are other topics that you're interested in me covering, I'd be glad to do some research on them and get them out for you. You can visit my website and make some suggestions, and also there you can sign up to receive notifications of future posts. And remember, knowledge is power. End the trend at BlylerFitness.com.